Hey guys, and welcome back to Anvil of War Gaming.
Anvil of War! Army focus! Khorne!
Hey guys, welcome back. As mentioned before, I'm new to the channel. I'm really excited to get started here, and we're going to be talking a little bit today about my Khorne Daemonkin army. This is one of the first armies that I started when I got into the hobby, and getting into the hobby, for me, I'd played a lot of the Dawn of War games growing up, and I kind of had a moment where I was wondering, who is the Emperor? Like, what is a little bit about this universe? And I went down to the Games Workshop in Ottawa, Ontario, and kind of asked them for, do you guys have like a general coffee table book that I can kind of read and kind of understand the basis of the universe? Well, they sold me the trilogy that came with the rule book and everything, and that was really what kind of propelled me forward into getting into this. And I picked up the Dark Vengeance box set. This came with the Dark Angels, Space Marines, and the Crimson Slaughter half, which were the Chaos guys, and instantly putting them together. The Hellbrute was actually one of my first models I ever painted, and he's still in a lot of my lists today. He's super fun to use. In fact, I got 7 more of them at home. So the army's grown a lot in size, and I really look forward to bringing some of these guys onto the tabletop on the channel. So Khorne is all about slaughter, it's all about melee, it's all about combat focus, and I think myself personally, that's what skews me from the average 40k player, is I'm in it for the melee, not the shooting. A lot of my lists revolve around close combat. I do have some shooting units like my Demon Engines. They're very ineffective at shooting, but I love them all the same. I'm all about blinging up my HQs. I love my Juggernaut Chaos Lords. I love Khorne the Betrayer. I love my Demon Princes, most of all. So learning to paint for me was actually pretty easy. Picking up the Dark Vengeance box set, at the time Games Workshop had a ton of YouTube videos on how to paint certain models from that set. And that was kind of my intro in learning how to paint, was buying those paints that they suggested, but also watching Duncan, shouts out to my man Duncan, on the Games Workshop channel, on how to paint these models. And it was really easy because like I'm someone who's super visual, you know. You watch as they paint, and like my skill kind of came with it by watching what techniques they were using. And then, you know, you slightly devolve away. Painting Marines is really similar, and it carried over really nicely into painting Possessed, to painting Hellbrutes, Obliterators, any of the guys who were kind of corrupted by chaos. You still had the armor that you were painting on the Marines, but now you got to paint like tendrils and horns and all the exciting parts that the Imperial Space Marines didn't offer me. I did end up going back and painting the Deathwing Terminators and painting the Raven Wing, and I really fell for Dark Angels later on. But
heresy!
Yeah, we started with Khorne, and we did really well with Khorne for quite some time until the start of 8th edition, when I got into Death Guard. After I painted a bunch of troops up, I had Bloodletters, I had Chaos Space Marines, I had a lot of Berserkers. I had to add some armor to my army. And that started with the classic Land Raider. You know, you got to have the brick. And in 7th edition, these guys were beast. They're still pretty good in 8th edition, I think, but they're a lot more susceptible to fire now that everything can wound them. Adding Predators into the mix, adding the Land Raider into the mix, more Hellbrutes. We got into some Demon Engines, so I got a Defiler, Helldrakes. You know, we collected everything in the range because that was the thing to do for me. And it rapidly expanded quite quickly, but I had to keep painting. After that, we got lots of monsters. We got our Chaos Spawn, some Demon Princes that I can show you guys. So as I kind of garnered more blood for the Blood God, I started collecting into the demons aspect. That was where the Demon Princes, Bloodletters, Blood Crushers, Flesh Hounds. Flesh Hounds were one of my clutch units in 7th edition, but even in 8th edition, I still love them. The Bloodthirster model, one of my favorite kits that I ever put together. To this day, I still am working on him, but you know, he's getting there. And he's just crushing it in 8th edition. Now with the Chaos Demons Codex, he's just phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to getting my World Eaters and all my Khorne Daemons on the tabletop for you guys. It's going to be swift. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be a lot of melee combat. If you want to check any of my behind the scenes, maybe what I'm working on, you guys can check me out on Instagram at 613chaos. Until then, guys, blood for the blood god.
Sponsored by
Thank you guys for watching Anvil of War Gaming. If there's anything you want to see from my Khorne army on the channel, do comment below. I'd love to bring it out on the tabletop for you guys. Until next time. Let me just yawn real quick. Okay. That's gonna be great.